May the fourth be
Yep. And we were live, and hopefully you heard that. That was OG who just said, May the fourth be with you.
fourth be with
Fourth
you.
be with you, folks. So there's Thing, and you just missed out on, of course, and here comes OG. And
Okay.
there's OG, and she's doing a hat check. And the reason she's doing a hat check is, you know, that when it comes to my fight award, Manny Vitale's Wolfpack, and hosting this very honorable position that I'm very blessed to be in as host of my fight award and Manny Vitale's Wolfpack, is to be as professional as we can.
They hired me as the
So we do the check, check, check one, check two, mic check, and all that good stuff, and which actually sounds good. And if it sounds good, which is like, don't turn anything. And we were joking around about looking in the camera because you got the camera there, you got the monitor here, you got keyboards, mics, you got headsets, you got notes everywhere. So you're doing this, and all of a sudden you look up and you're staring into the monitor, thinking you're staring into the camera. So then you look back and you're like, man, my head's crooked. Then you're sitting there doing this shit, forgetting that you're on live, camera, and then you're going back like this. Then you're realizing camera's over there. So then you and you're like, well, good thing nobody's watching this. And in my case, usually time no one is. So it's always cool. So today, as you can see, we got
new hats.
the Lions going.
Woo,
So
woo.
it's that time of year. It's football season, folks, which means get out of our way. For all those 60 years of Detroit Lions, just what we had to go through as Lions fans, we deserve this.
Yes.
Our city deserves this. The
Yes.
players deserve it. The coach deserves it. Our fans who are up in their 80s and 90s, who have gone through all these years, deserve this. And I mean, just, I'm just having fun, folks. But the bottom line is, it's football season, and I love this time of the year. And as a Detroiter, man, every year was like, well, are we going to go 0-16? We're going to go, if we even thought about possibly 8-8, it was like, oh my God. But to be where we're at now with Coach Campbell and Holmes and Sheila and Spielman and all of the coordinators and just the players and the fans, it is so much fun. And so last season, the joke on social media was a lot of the people I know that are on Sports Talk, they were like, they didn't know what to do with their hands. It's like, what do we don't know how to act. I mean, we are like the elite. We're the team that I was talking about. It was that unknown.
Yep.
So a big shout out to the Detroit football team, the players, the coaches, the fans, football fans everywhere. It's going to be a fun time of the year. And so, yeah, but back to the camera and all that stuff. The reason I wish I would have went live earlier and to show what happens behind the scenes and when we're going on, doing the checks, make sure the studio's ready. And we're joking around about when you're wearing a hat, sometimes everything's right to left, left to right. It's backwards. Like right now, it looks left side, but putting up your right hand and all that. So
it's a funny looking hand, by the way.
Yeah, we'll get to that. And so I'm sitting there looking, I go, damn hat looks like it's sideways and crooked all the time. But I got to remember it's not. So I look over at OG, who's going through the notes for the day, for the show. And she's looking down writing away. And I lean over. I go, okay. Because earlier I told her that about how it looks. And I said, sometimes it just looks crooked. I go, does it look all right to you just the way, just sitting here? And I looked over. She goes, yeah, it looks fine. Well, I had to get up and move and redo my headset. And I sat back down. I go like this, just real quick. I go, okay, hat check. And she's not looking. And also she leans into her mic and she's like, hat check. And I was like, which was followed by that, which is 90% of the conversations. And then it comes with a, and then usually a snort, and then it starts all over again. So there is a lot of fun that goes on behind the scenes, not only with us and OG and the Wonder Dog and the guests that come on in the green room before going live. It's a good time. It really is. And that's part of the reason I love it so much. So, well, that was 5 minutes of life that you will never get back.
Explaining hat check.
explaining hat check. And since it was brought up,
Wave at the folks.
hi.
Thing's cousin.
Yeah, but it matches my hat.
Yes, it does.
Lions blue. And a couple of you may have heard yesterday, OG said, "Oh, about tomorrow morning." I was like, "Well, we'll just let that go till tomorrow and see how things work out." Yes, yet another surgery.
Up at 4:45 this morning.
And this makes number 49, I think.
I think it's 49.
So this is surgical procedure 49.
At 50, he gets, I don't know.
I get
a
a free Big Mac, but I had the same as the other one, the carpal tunnel, but I had damage to my tendons and the ligaments over the years where it was getting trigger finger, where it was just like doing the popping in the joints, and which was just irritating. But over time, I was getting it shot up like every 3 months and taking care of the symptom, not the problem. And it got to the point where he's like, "Listen, we can't keep doing that. It's just getting worse." And so they went in and did the carpal tunnel. Then they cut my thumb and my first 4 fingers across and relieved the scar tissue and the tendons and stuff to get the ligaments, everything moving. So yeah, it was definitely not as extreme, and all that is my shoulder and hip and knee replacement and my back surgeries. But I tell you what, I'm feeling it. But the show goes on. And so we'll see. I wear rubber gloves at work. So I did inform him that I had a procedure. I had to see the doctor for a procedure. I may have failed to mention it was a surgical procedure, but my restrictions are more suggestions than restrictions. So he suggested a few things. I disagreed with his suggestions. So we compromised. And I'm going to work tomorrow morning.
Most important, keep it dry.
Keep it dry, and working
more
than I forget what he said, lifting wise, but I think he said as long as you can lift it without crying like a little sissy, lift it.
Okay.
But that's
not what it says on the instructions, but okay.
So that was what we talked about yesterday. So yeah, it looked like I'm ready to jump back in the ring.
But it's nice. It is really the blue for the line.
Yeah.
Good.
Look at that. See,
good with your new hat.
So that was, and I know Lori, thank you, because the only one that knew besides the doc and OG, Susie the Wonder Dog, was Lori, because we were talking back and forth, and I said, well, we'll see how things go tomorrow. And I told her last night, I said, I'm having hand surgery. So Lori, thank you for not saying anything till. No. But I hope you guys had a nice day, because I tell you what, I slept through mine. It was, having surgery is never fun, but I tell you what, though, the stuff that they've done for me, the afterwards has been incredible. Like I said, with not being able to walk for a year and a half because of that pain, walk upright, I still did pretty much damn near everything I wanted to do, but I did it with this extreme pain, but I still did it, because screw that. If you can do it, even if it hurts like hell, do it. I mean, well, I shouldn't say that, because people are going to say, my doctor said, use your common sense. Don't use Manny common sense ever. And, but I refused to give in to not doing things that I enjoyed because of pain, knowing that there was a fix in the future.
But you got taller after your back surgery.
I swear to God, it was so funny.
Standing up straight.
We were and which is true. I mean, I was literally hunched over a good, 3.5 inches or so.
Yeah.
Not even realizing it, because I couldn't stand straight, because my disc all collapsed and L4 slid forwards. And I just dealt with that. When he did the first surgery in April and relieved that pressure and put the cage in, I mean, the first 16 hours were intense misery. Probably some of the worst pain I've ever felt for the surgical procedure. But it was like, as soon as I got up, and it was like I was up and gone. I got dressed. I was down that hallway, and I was out the door, and I was at the gym.
Walking.
I got operated on on a Friday. Came home Saturday. Went to the gym Sunday, and was good to go. So, but the funny thing is, everyone at the gym was like, "What the hell are you doing, man?" And I felt great. And I did everything within the doctor's guidelines. It's not like I was doing something I shouldn't do. And it felt so good. But it was funny. One of our friends there, Lisa, who's also a nurse, came over. We're talking, and she comes up right in front of me, and she's just standing. And I'm telling her about it. She's kind of staring at me. She's looking at me, like looking in my eyes, and she's looked down, and she got a little closer, and it was like I was ready to like give her a little headbutt. I was like, and I'm still laughing, and she goes, "You're taller." And like we said, you're like this, and then all of a sudden you stand up because you can. It was such a great feeling. And then, so between that and all these procedures, man, I do regret not doing it sooner, but you know what? It's done. So
And
all
the
is
folks
good.
at Henry Ford Lakeside took such good care of you.
We
Shout
do.
out to them.
Yes, because we do get feedback, and you get surveys and stuff, and you hear people talking about the treatment and the care that
Mhm.
they've been given. And unfortunately, you're going to hear that some of the worst because of things didn't go quite right. Some of it may be because of the procedure itself, the progression of where it was, maybe the expectations of what you wanted and what reality was were two different things. But you could neglect to hear that going in, thinking, no, it's a surgery. They're doing this to cure that. Well, with any surgery, you will never get 100% perfection where you were. You may get 99.999 back, but there's been an injury where surgical intervention's needed. So there's going to be that little something. And when it's so severe, like they told me, you might get like 80%, 85%, 90%. That's a win. That's huge. So it depends. But then when things go south, and you hear these things happen, man, people are going to voice their opinions and how terrible the doctor was, how terrible the staff was, how terrible the hospital was. And rightfully so, man. I mean, things happen, and if you need your voice heard, but at the same time,
When
as
it's
I've
good, when
said,
it's good
and
stuff.
yeah, just like I say with anything, it's real easy to sit there and slam people and talk negative. It seems like it's easier to belittle people and talk mean about people, and especially when you're on a keyboard, you want to talk real badass, and this, and, because you're hiding behind your little keyboard, and you're hiding behind a monitor. If you were nose to nose with this person, he wouldn't say a freaking word. But when these things go good and they go great and amazing, sometimes you'll hear people, like, did you tell? Did you go back to that survey? Did you go out of your way to let everyone else know?
Mhm.
Well, no, that's their job.
Also, Henry Ford, Maine, downtown Henry Ford, fabulous. They took
Well,
such good care of you there too.
I have been very fortunate to go to, well, unfortunately, I've had to go to Henry Ford Lakeside in Sterling Heights, Henry Ford, Maine, and Detroit. And the care that I got there, I'm just speaking for my own care and my procedures, man. I tell you what, it's like a different person, walking around smiling, walking around laughing. When you see, before all this, I'd be in front of camera and having a good time laughing and stuff. And, I've had people say, you're always in a good mood. It's like, as soon as this camera shuts off and as soon as I'm at the gym, there were lots of tears, and it wasn't because of upsetting topics. It was upsetting. It was tears because of pure freaking pain. But now to be able to enjoy life, man, and that's the same spot that we are all in now, the same position we are all in now with recovery. And that's why I say, when it comes to recovery, when it comes to being where we're at now, it's okay to live life. And my man, Boston, I swear to God, your ears must be ringing.
Now.
I have been thinking about you, brother, since our show. And my phone has been blowing up from people saying, because me, man, I give plenty of notice for everything. I will promo a show for a month, or maybe I'll promo the show for like an hour before. Well, you guys know I'll go live.
Anytime,
It's like if I
anywhere.
wake up, what, I gotta go to the bathroom. Let's go live instead. But and that's what I did. Me and Boston, I called them out of the blue. So listen, we were supposed to go on. Let's do it. Bam. Okay, let's do it, Manny. And there, we had a great time. Thank you again. And I was given a little some teasers about what we got in store for them when you start your journey on the way to Alabama, and how we're going to do Everyone's
On
heard
the road show.
the road show, man, or on the road with, or Where's Waldo? We got Where's Boston.
Mhm.
So I know we discussed it a little bit, but we really do need to connect before you head out on the 22nd, 23rd, whatever it is.
In October.
And we'll set up a plan for your destinations, and we are going live with Boston. We're going to follow you, and we're going to cheer you on. We're going to pray for you. We're going to support you every step of the way.
Mhm.
So thank you for being on here, man. And let's see. Since we're doing that, let's jump on with some of the other updates we got. Of course, like I said, Boston, we'll be jumping back and forth with you during this. And this coming
September
Monday.
9th.
Yep, this Monday. What do we got going?
Monday, September 9th. Ian and Manny, Ian Bick and Manny Vitale live at 7:30 p.m.
Yeah, we are entering new waters, and as you know, Ian's doing a lot of things now. It's crazy the stuff he's doing with his lives and how many he's doing, how many interviews. And I tell you what, every one is a little more intense as the one before that, and it's just getting bigger and better. So for me to have the honor and to be blessed to be part of this adventure and part of this journey with Ian, when I say trust me that I do not take this lightly, I don't. I told Ian, we talked about it, and I told him that I am going to give him 100% every time, all time that I'm doing this with him, and I will. And so that is going to be fun. So that's again on when?
Monday, September 19th. Ian Bick and Manny Vitale.
When is it?
September 9th. Did I say 19th? September 9th. Monday, September 9th.
Hat check.
Hat check.
Oh, it's too tight. It's cut out the right before going on. We're like, okay, let's go over this. And she goes, well, before we go on, let's review this so we have everything right.
September 9th, Monday.
What time?
Ian and Manny at 7:30 live. Oh, Tyler's watching.
Tyler, how you doing, brother? Seeing another thing. I don't see him on here, but we got him. So that's so okay. Yeah, myself, Ian Bick, this Monday, 7:30, September 9th.
Live.
And from there we go to,
for those of you who are in the Detroit area, Detroit metropolitan area, Tuesday, September 17th. FAN. Aunt Manny is the guest speaker, and FAN stands for
Face Addiction Now.
Yay.
It's formerly Families Against Narcotics, but they are helping so many people in so many different avenues and so many different directions that they didn't want to paint themselves into a corner and have people say, well, oh, they're just not doing what I need. No, they are, and they're doing more. So thank you, Kate, for not only having me come on as a guest speaker, but for reminding me when the show was. We had Kate on from FAN, and we're going back and forth. And I said, welcome to the madness, which is Manny Vitale, because we don't know what's going to happen. And we're back and forth. And like, okay, Kate. So for all those people, not sure when and when's your next meeting?
Oh, right.
And she's like, you're the guest speaker, Manny. Yes. And I was like, oh,
that's right.
When do I have to be there? So yeah, so that's
Tuesday, September 17th. It's at St. Michael's Church.
St. Michael's Church
on Hayes.
Yep, it's on Hayes.
Near 18 Mile Road. For those of you who are in the area, and the meeting for the people who are coming to attending at 7:30.
Yep, and I know Kate said that she got my attention real quick. Last time they had pizza. They had they really do a great job there. It is such a warm, inviting atmosphere. You got that family feeling as soon as you walk in. So please show up for that if you are in, and we're going to try to work some out if they'll see if they'll let us film it when I'm up there, and so we can share it. But that'll be up to them. So we'll ask them.
Well, I'll just film it on my phone.
Yeah, and if it's against policy and we break every single law and we are banned from FAN forever, good.
Well, actually, considering the people are in recovery and some are active recovery, they might not want their pictures taken. So you're right.
We'll check it out. We'll see. But we'll do whatever we can. So we got that on the 17th.
And then near the end of September, you and I are traveling back to Connecticut.
Yep. We are off to White Plain, New York. And the White Plain Airport with all 6 people, the pilot, the custodian, the cafeteria worker, Let's see.
It's a teeny tiny airport.
It
Has
is.
4 gates.
They got a car rental. They park their cars. They got the horizontal or vertical spots going down the fence line that are parked next to the planes, which I thought was very neat. So the pilot gets out of his car, he climbs up a ladder, jumps in the plane, and that's it. So yeah, so we'll be doing that sometime in the next few
Right,
weeks,
and
going
then-
to see Ian.
And then early October, Ian's going to come to Detroit.
That's good. That's going to be a fun time. Ian will be. We talked about that when I did his show back in July, and like I said, it was right towards the beginning. As soon as we started the show, man, we were back and forth having fun, and I think it was like within the first 5-10 minutes, he's like, "Listen, I want to come to Detroit. I want to be on your show, and I want to let's go to Detroit. Let's do some remotes. Let's do this and that." And I was just like, "Nice to meet you," you know. And boom, it began. So that's going to be the first week of October. We'll update you with that.
And then October 13th, which is a Sunday, you are the guest speaker on high sobriety.
Guest on their show.
Right.
Yeah, guest speaker.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, speaker, host, what or guest, whatever.
they're not coming on
What is
board.
that? That is October.
Sunday, October 13th.
Okay, so
Sunday, October 13th.
you look like you amazed yourself. And I saw you peeking down Sunday, like real, like I got the 13th. So I'm looking forward to Dylan and Alicia, who are just kicking ass at high sobriety. They are such good people. I still remember the first show I did with them. It was hot. And I remember we were talking before going on, and they were both in there, and they're just like, man, we're dying in here. We don't have any air. And I was like, oh, man. And I said, well, I tell you what. We'll just go as long as you guys want, because I'm a nice conditioned studio here. And I said, but if it gets too bad, we'll just, but it went so well that next thing you know, it was like an hour and 20 minutes. And I was like, man, I go, and then you can see them just, I go, man, let's cut it. And they're like, no, let's keep going, man. This is good. And so we ended up doing it. So, I mean, that just shows the people, the kind of people that Dylan and Alicia are. And then you got to check out her artwork. She is decided, you know what, I'm going to do tattoos. If you get a chance, go to her site, go to her page, and check out her tattoos. She is an amazing tattoo artist. And along with Dylan, again, he's popping up with some music now. There's so much talent in this family, and we are going to make sure to bring it all to the forefront. So please check that out as well.
Okay, then on a different tone, not just our recovery kind of family, but Harley Davidson. If you are in the Mount Clemens, Clinton Township area, on September 14th, Harley Davidson is having an open house. And on the 28th, they're having a fall swap meet. And the address is
44660 Gratiot Avenue. It's in Clinton Township, which is Gratiot Avenue. It is just south of Hall Road, which is M59. So
if you go there, you'll see Manny. He might be even doing a show remote because he does it at work too.
You never know. It could be in the back working, service and detailing in the bay. Might be up front running around doing some lives and interviewing some people there. Between our amazing family that of employees that are there as individuals and as a whole, as a team, as a family at Wolverine, as well as all of the people who it's great. I wish. What I'd like to do is, see the first timers when they walk in, because it is for the first time person coming in for maybe it's their first bike and they've never been into a dealership, a motorcycle dealership, seeing, first of all, just the beautiful, beautiful Harley Davidson motorcycles. Of course, you're in the showroom. You got the lights. And I have to say the absolutely perfectly detailed bikes that are on that showroom floor that are flawless. Oh, that's right. I work in that department along with Derek and Julio and Conrad and Drew and our boy Speedy and all that, taking care of the bay and taking care of those bikes. So you will get perfection when you see these suckers on the floor and you're like, oh my God, look how beautiful those bikes are. Think of us. But yeah, it's seeing the faces of these people when they walk in and they see these bikes And just besides being a badass motorcycle, it's like some people I've said that they'll say it's like a work of art, man. It's just like beautiful between the chrome, the accessories. And of course, George Delanuez over the owner over at Wolverine Harley Davidson, he takes that to heart, man. As far as you can go to any Harley Davidson dealership and buy a bike. Of course, you can. You don't have to come to Wolverine. You want to just walk into a dealership, find a beautiful bike, which is Harley Davidson, buy that bike, sign your name and leave, and that's it. Sure, go to any of them. But if you want the top-notch care from your salesman, from going into financing, which can be scary as hell. People sometimes think there's no way I can afford. They hear Harley and all they see is dollar signs. And that old saying, you get what you pay for. Well, it's true. You spend $50, on a car, you're going to get a $50 car. You spend $50,000 on a car, you're going to get that. Same thing with bikes. But our salespeople there will not pressure you, make you feel uncomfortable in any way. Shaggy and Doc and Daniel, those guys and the rest of the staff that are all the sales staff there are the best in Michigan. And our finance guys with Mario and Ben, you talk about guys who will sit down with you and you start talking dollars and cents. And you think that it's impossible. It is possible, and it's not going to drain you. And then Matt, and his great crew over in parts, they're over there with all the answers to your questions. I want something that's going to make my bike just pop with flash and cosmetics. They got this. You go over there and you're talking to them. You know what? I want this for performance, for torque, for horsepower, for this, for sound. We got you. If we don't have it, we'll order it. And then you go over with Alicia and all the incredible sales associates in clothing and apparel. You've got the beautiful Harley Davidson. You see that, and it's like the first thing that I think of is that's badass. That you look cool. Of course, you got a leather jacket, you got boots, you got gloves, you got vests, but you don't forget that's for not only looks, but it's for safety. So not only are our sales associates the best around too, they will make you look good, but they will keep you safe to make sure your gloves are fitting properly, your helmet's fitting properly, all these things that are important because you are the vehicle, man. When you don't have doors and windshields and fenders. That's you. So they will keep you safe. And then you go back to Dave Nagy and Mark back in service, and you may have questions about maybe it's just regular service, just like your car. Hey, listen, it's my 500 mile, it's my 1,000 mile, it's my 10,000 mile service. But you know what? I'm thinking about maybe doing a little something to kick up some horsepower and some noise. Well, they're not going to just throw let's see, what costs the most? Yeah, do this. If it's not quite what you're looking for, they will take you step by step up the line. Well, if you want this, you could start here and work your way up. So then you go over to Jesse and Jeff over at Service Write-Up. There you go, man. They will take care of your write-up right there. Get your information, take care of the prices and everything you need. Dan Mays and all the mechanics and techs in the back. The number one service department in the Michigan district. This was a few months back that we were voted that number one. That just goes to show you right there, you're the best. The most Googled Wolverine or Harley Davidson dealership in the world. Speaks for itself. Mm-hmm. Derek, back in the service, back in the detail bay, along with, like I said, with Conrad, Julio, Drew, Speedy, and yours truly, we take it personal, man, when we get these bikes back there. It's like we're working on our own. So every person back there does such a great job. And those people are running the departments. It's a team. It's a family of all the people underneath them. So check it out. Wolverine Harley on 44660 Gratiot Avenue, Clinton Township, just south of M59, which is Hall Road. We will update you with events. Mm-hmm. That's just a taste of what you could get at Wolverine. So
just to repeat, on the September 14th, there's a Harley Davidson open house. That's a Saturday. And then the Saturday, the 28th, as a fall swap meet. But it's just kind of nice to go and check it out. And like I said, you might run into Manny. You might be doing a video. Maybe you can be live on the video that day if you're in the neighborhood.
On those Saturdays, we do have those events. So please check us out.
What are the hours?
9 a.m. We are now no longer open on Sundays because of fall winter hours coming up. So it's Tuesday through Saturday, and Tuesday through Friday from 9 to 6. And that's with service. I believe the showroom opens at 10. And then on Saturday till 5. So,
but the open house and
the open house will be the same
10?
on Saturdays until 5, same
Okay.
hours. But yeah, please check us out. And you know what? Not just on the events, Tuesday through Saturday. Check us out. I hear people say all the time, well, I would, but riding season's almost over. There is no riding season. In my eyes, you know what? If it's not snowing, icy, or too, you ride to your comfort level, of course. But no, there's no riding season.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks for bringing that up, OG. But yeah, please check us out at Wolverine.
And just the one last thing we're talking about mentioning today, only because we love this place. There's a restaurant called Apple Annie's, which is on Gratiot at Martin, right on the corner. It's 28030, but right Gratiot and Martin. And they're just fabulous. The food is good. The service is great. The owner, whose name is Kathy, the owner operator, she is a wealth of knowledge and such a great person. And kind of part of our family, because I'm not going to go into details, but she's got some stuff going on. Everybody in their family has something, knows somebody that has been touched by recovery, but not even talking about that. We're just talking about a delicious restaurant to go to 7 days a week, 7 a to 4 p.
Yep. And
Gratiot and Martin.
That's Roseville. I think
yes,
it's Roseville.
Roseville. So she's part of the family.
Kathy is such a good person. Absolutely. And actually, for you people, for us people, for you people, for all those who saw my post with me and that just adorable dog giving me a smooch, that's Bear. That is the dog that she's taking care of at the moment. That's Bear the Wonder Dog. Mm-hmm. And yeah,
all 10 pounds.
I saw Kathy's back. I had my back to her, and I hear people, oh, Kathy, and I turn around. She's a little tiny thing too, and I saw her, and I saw a leash, and I hear, who's that? I hear her say, oh, this is Bear. Ooh, I turn around. I'm like,
looking for a mastiff or something.
Bear. She's the cute, but like OG was saying, man, if you're looking for somewhere, it's just great food. They are so nice. Mm-hmm. Lisa and Rhonda and Susie. Yeah, Susie. Every time she says Susie, I'm looking for Susie the Wonder Dog, and everyone else there. They're such awesome people, man. It's just like the little diner. You walk in and everyone, hey, good morning. Uh-huh. So if you're out and about in Roseville, check out Apple Annie's and say hi to Kathy and everyone else there. Yeah. But yeah, so that's as far as catching up with some events. And because I wanted to come on just to have a quick update, and I did see Lori up there. Where'd you go, Lori? Yeah, there you are. Yeah, Lori, because as I said, I did. As my cousin, I thought I saw.
No, Vitale. I didn't see Tony yet. Okay. Of course, it's sometimes I don't see it.
Yeah, but so yeah, this is just a quick one because with that anesthesia, I tell you what, I was their first case. I got there, they took me back to surgery at 7, and I was out at 10?
Oh, it was before that.
9?
Yeah.
So it was quick surgery, and after that, went right to breakfast and got my big, huge waffle with whipped cream, strawberries, and bacon, Apple Annie's. And I was like, you know what? I wanted to do this. Let's go. All this stuff. Came home, sat down, and by that time, it was probably about 10:30-ish. Sat down. So I woke up, and I looked, it was, 2:45? Mm-hmm. And I was like, whoa. So they evidently gave me a little more, and as soon as I woke up, I am just now starting to get the feeling back in my pointer and ring finger, or middle finger. So it's definitely feeling better, but they said you're going to be getting very drowsy throughout the day. And I was like, no, I'm. And they said, well, then again, I can see it if I just say, what were those dates again, OG? And she says, you'll be going out this Monday with Ian Bick.
And you'll fall asleep.
This Monday, Ian Bick, Manny Vitale live at 7:30. You're going to want to join us again on the 17th when he's a guest speaker at FAN. And then from there, we're going to go to October. October 15th, you'll be
13th.
At the 13th, he'll be on with High
High
Sobriety with Dylan and Alicia. And then from there, we will be having Ian will be flying here to be a guest on My Fight Our War.
You put me to sleep.
And then we'll be going into the city of Detroit. Welcome to Pillow Talk.
Ah,
You know, that did sound kind of relaxing.
Yeah, it is.
As I was talking, I was like, oh, I
we
better
tried to
stop.
fall asleep.
I better stop doing this. They're like, oh, look, he's acting like he's fallen asleep. He's
Yeah. Just everybody wish him well. Send him some prayers for a quick healing because that right hand, he thinks he's going to work. Well, he is going to work
there ain't
tomorrow,
no way, man.
but we pray for that he doesn't have too much pain tomorrow.
Oh man, I love this shit. I tell you guys, I can't explain. I can't put it into actual words how much I look forward to sitting down in this chair, putting on these headsets, talking into this mic, looking into that camera, and then seeing you guys post means so freaking much to me. It's just a family, and the things that we say, the feelings and the stories that we share are so touching, and it means so much. If you just kind of take a second and think about what we got going on here, you know, we have such stories that are so intense. I mean, we're talking life and death. It doesn't get much more intense than that. We're talking about things that are, you know, change your life forever legally, prison forever. And then, like I said, life or death. Death isn't temporary; it's forever. The choices we make, the things that we do, the terrible things that have happened in our past that we come to grip with, and then we fight and we never give up on our goals is what we're going to do in recovery, and we never quit. And we never will quit. Then we reach out and we see people like Boston. We got, you know, of course, OG with Tyler and with, you know, Sassy and Sober, all the other ones, Dan and Donna from Hard Knocks, and Brad and Ian Bick, and then Jared, Sassy and Sober, all of the other ones, Live Right, AA, Al-Anon, the people who are there just as a family. And then, like, I can only speak with My Fight Our War. I'll never forget seeing. I was at first, I didn't know what to believe, what not to believe. When you're seeing these stories of people pouring their hearts out, and you could see the tears coming down their face through their words, you could feel the pain in their heart from their words, and you could relate. And it's like, I know what they're going through. And here they are sharing them with this person who they've never met personally, but and not only that, they on January the 8th, they had no idea who this person was. On January 10th, we were family members at My Fight Our War. On January the 11th, they're telling some of the deepest, painful stories that their own family and friends never had any idea, but we're able to open up to each other because we know that we're there for each other. I mean, that's special. That's
real empathy.
You know, that is something that you can't fake. That is something that's so real and something that really needs to be cherished. And we really need to realize the responsibility that we all have by what we're doing. This isn't just about freaking followers or stars or subscriptions. It's more than that. This is life. You know, if I get one follower and one star and one subscription, I'm a happy man. If I change someone's life, and we do this as a family and we can make a difference, and people start talking about My Fight Our War, like, hey, those family members over there, they don't play. They're, you know, they are great people. And not only that, but all the other families that I just mentioned, we are all part of this together. As I've said many times, back there, it says My Fight Our War. That's us. Our extended family are all the other ones that I just said. So it's an honor and a privilege to be doing what I'm doing. And as I said, I don't take it lightly. And like I told Ian, when he agreed to do this, and not only do the show, but now what we're going to be doing is even more. And I'll go into, we will go into that when we do our show on Monday to explain what is going on. Just say it's stuff that I never thought that I'd be doing years ago.
And we're dragging you all along with us.
It's going to be one amazing ride, and it would not be fitting and appropriate unless it was with all of us. We are family. So I gotta go sleep before OG starts talking. Thing. There you go. OG. She just sat down.
Yeah.
She just sat down.
Yeah.
So
Okay. She has my hat on, right? Have a good
Hat-
night, everybody.
head check.
He needs to sleep. He's going to take a nap.
Head check.
Yeah, hat check.
Head check.
Nice, nice.
Go Lions. But Boston, brother, I tell you what, man, I am still a little drowsy from this anesthesia. I'm going to go lay down. I'm going to give me some rest and get ready to get at it tomorrow. But Boston, tell you what, hit me up on you either text me, message me, or something, and let me know what your thoughts are and how you want to do this live that we're going to be doing for the next few days and stuff. So we'll work that out. Tyler, keep doing what you're doing with your MMA.
Yeah.
Lori, our journey has just begun with your organization in Alabama, and you in Boston are going to do such amazing things. And to be associated with you guys is such an honor and a privilege. I cannot wait to have you on the show. And speaking of that, we forgot. I'm sorry, Ronnie Welcher, second chance recovery. Yeah. Ronnie, I'm sure you heard of Second Chance Recovery with Ronnie. Please check their page out, as they are doing so many different events and reaching so many people. And then, of course, with all the other ones, Defying Blacklist, Hard Knocks, Sober School, Sober Patrol, Sober Nation, Swaggy is Sober, Live Right, AA, Al-Anon,
Fan,
Scar Nation, Fan, and all of the rest. You know, one of these days, I think I'm going to get you know what? I've got a great idea that no one else has thought of, is getting one of those dry boards. She says that all the time. We got to get this and put it in the studio and hang it up, because I get on rolls like that. And like, we're going to do this. She goes, and you should, I wish.
Don't look. No.
This here, and I'm not kidding. I just grabbed this. This is my organization. It's all over the desk, along with the cables and everything else. And I'll just be like, yeah, okay, here we go. And it's not a script by any means. It's just events and all that. So it's just like, it's in the pile. It's in the pile. it's like, okay, it's in the pile. It's here. Okay, there once was a man from Nantucket who, no, that was wrong one. But so Boston, please hit me up, man. We'll do this. I'm going to sign off. I'm going to bed. So I love you guys. Thanks for everything. Thanks for your support, and keep fighting a good fight.